Welcome to the I Am Domonique show. It's season 2. And I decided that when I came back, that I was going to come back for real.
Okay.
And I had to bring my guy with me.
Yes.
You know what I mean? This is Donny D-Maub, Donny Harper, my guy, my right-hand man.
Yes,
and I'm really happy to have him here as we kick off the new season of the show. Listen, I'm kicking off this whole new year, the new season with, listen, I'm really going to need you to choose you in 2022. See, I am Domonique. I am the host of the I Am Domonique show. And what we set out to do, me and my team, me and my crew, is to, bring you into my life. This is my story. A lot of my guests, a lot of things I talk about is a part of my life, my experiences. And I just wanted to bring you in and also leave you with some wisdom, leave you with some knowledge about some of the things that you need to know about.
I'm proud of you.
Thanks, man.
I just want to tell you that.
Thank you.
You always talk about taking a step, taking a leap, and going after it. And this is dope.
Thanks.
I'm honored to be here, straight up.
Yeah. But I want to get into how I got here, though, because one of the biggest reasons that I am where I am because of you, or homie. So how we got here, because I want to talk about how did this guy become my best friend, for real, for real. I was going through a part of my life where, I call it the restructuring of it all. I was going through a divorce, just some things, and I took a break from the whole entrepreneurial space just so I could gather myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you're going through a divorce or any kind of transition, it seems to be pieces everywhere. And I wanted to take action steps to gather myself, to gather the pieces of me that was scattered, I felt. And one of the things I wanted to do is hang out with entrepreneurs. So my method of thinking is, you know what? I know what I'm going through, but I know where I'm going and I know what I want to be. So let me just hang around with individuals that's already there, already where I want to be. So one of my other guys, my best friend, hey, listen, I sidebar a lot. So one of my sidebars is you're going to hear a lot of guys. That's just it for me, okay? I got a lot of homies, I got a lot of best friends, but my brother was my best friend, so I'm kind of used to the whole male thing, best friend thing. That's kind of, what I gravitate to in my life. This is how the cards played out, but I friend well.
Yeah.
I friend well, you know what I mean, though? So I got my girls, too, but right now it is what it is. So... But my guy, shout out to Herman Noble. Yes, Herman. I told him what I wanted to do, and he went and made the noise for me. Hey, Donny, my girl Domonique wanna talk to you. I just wanted to talk to him. That's all I wanted to do. So when I came in the store, I knew Donny from back in the day when he was nobody. I don't even know. No. He was the rapper then. Yeah, he was D-Maub deep then. Sierra, the wife, my girl. Pregnant, with the twins and everything. We worked together and stuff. So I was already familiar with him, but I already knew C. We worked together. And so it wasn't like a stranger situation, but on the level of which he already was, what he had escalated to in the business world, I didn't know him at that level. So it definitely was a layup for me just to have that conversation with him. And it just ended up being that, he needed some help in the store. I wanted to be out the house. I wanted to be out. So I just went ahead and just stayed in the store, helped him out a little bit, became a part of the good team. Shout out to my good team. Yes, my babies, I call my love.
The best crew in the galaxy.
The best, man.
The best.
I think they say, we the best. So real quick, that's my little story. But Donny, man.
What up, though?
Give me your version. How did we get like this? Because this is my dog, man. Like, when you met me, what happened for you? Like, what was you thinking like when we first started this situation?
So, Herman introduced us, of course. And, man, just getting to know you was so dope because I could tell you was authentic, like, from the very jump.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't hold no punches. You speak your mind. And it's just easy to relate to somebody like that because I'm like that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So it's just like real recognize real. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, man, she real down to earth, super down to earth. And you were just always proactive. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're a proactive type person. Like, nobody has to motivate you or tell you to do something. You know, if you want something, you go out and get it. So, yeah. So we just click. You know what I'm saying? Being like really like-minded.
And that's how the fight happened.
Yeah, right.
We are like.
Right.
We are like there's nothing that, we won't go after, and we position ourselves well. That's why I was able to position myself with him. We do that. So I've been choosing me.
Yeah.
And I know I came out with a thing on my social media with I need you to choose you in 2022, but I've been choosing me. It's just something I live like. So, but I want you to tell me what you think about that. What are some of the elements in your life where you felt like, number one, I got to choose me? And my second question is, this year, how are you choosing you? And what that look like for you?
So, man, really, I just got a revelation of what that kind of looks like not too long ago. And for me, I work so much. You know what I'm saying? I'm hand to the plow. 7 days a week I'm working because I'm a business owner, you know, that I just took a vacation, and it was really for me. You know what I mean? Like, and I haven't taken a vacation like that outside of, like, you know, my wife and kids booking something and then we go, but just like, let me stop for a minute and chill and rest was just, you know, earlier this month. And so choosing me looks like that. Sometimes you can't worry about how God is gonna make a way, but you still do have to rest and take care of your health. You know what I mean? Like, that's choosing me, is taking care of my health and my body. You know what I mean? And this year and beyond, me and the family focusing on eating better, and, you know, and eating together more, and just stuff like that. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's been really good, man. We had a fast at our church a couple weeks ago, and it just kind of helped put some things into perspective for us. So yeah.
I love that. You know, when I saw that in the team chat that you was on a vacation, I was like, he lying. And I scrolled to the next thing like, whatever. I'll wait to see him on social media doing something. I'm in Kenwood with the store, the pop-up shop, or I'm downtown. I didn't even believe you, but as the conversations went, you know, we talk almost every day, every couple of days, but I saw like, oh my God, he's serious, man.
Yeah.
And so I went into my mode like, man, I'm so proud of you, man.
Yeah,
because
I appreciate it.
When you put you first, we don't think about this, but when you put you first, everybody wins.
Yeah.
We think that, let me make sure everybody win.
Yeah. Yeah. But if you can't take care of yourself, you won't be able to help anybody else.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So what made me get on that in a couple of spaces I occupy? So I'm the business coach, life coach. I got a lot of conversational things going on amongst a lot of people. And one of the biggest things that I kept, running into or hearing is that, number one, a lot of people are angry because they are not getting what they put out. And it's coming across as this: well, I'm gonna just match the energy you got, or I'm doing for you, and you ain't even. It's a lot of angry people out here and bitterness out here because people are making this conscious decision that I'm not choosing me and that I'm going to choose you or that. And if you're not acting or you don't respond well about that treatment that I'm doing, then I'm mad. And my mind is like, nah, man. I don't know how that works like that. Give me what you got.
You're doing it for the wrong reason if you're expecting a response. You know what I'm saying? You can't do things for people and expect the response that you want to feel good about doing what you should do anyway.
Right.
You know what I mean? Nobody's response should validate you doing what you
shouldn't do if you really don't want to do it.
Either way, it go both ways. Absolutely. I never forget. I was going into Shell gas station one day. Open the door. It was a guy who was in front of me. So I kind of jogged and ran around in front of him to open the door for him.
Yeah.
And I remember opening the door for him, and he walked right in. He didn't look at me. He ain't nod his head. He ain't say thank you. He ain't cough. He ain't do nothing. And so, he makes a left. I go to the right to go to the refrigerator. And I remember thinking like, dang, he ain't even say nothing. And I remember God checking me right there. And he said, if you do things to get a response from other people, it may come a time that you stop doing things for people.
Ooh, Lord.
And he spoke to me, man, like, listen, you can't do things for people expecting a response. You know, some people are raised different. You can't expect people to be where you at and to know what you know and to respond how you respond.
And everybody assess value different.
Absolutely.
He probably did not assess that door being open for him as something that was valuable.
Absolutely.
It just is what it is.
Yep.
Your head up, you know?
If that.
If that. And I think that's key to remember that is that everybody gets to assess what it is for them.
Absolutely.
They have their own filters of what that look like and what that show up like.
You got to have grace for people to think the way they think.
Yeah, you do.
And to acknowledge the things that they were taught to acknowledge.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right,
you got to have grace to allow that. We can't expect people
mm-hmm.
to understand things how we understand things. You know, it's just, that's not fair.
Right. So one of the things that I talk about is, look, choosing you is two things for me. One is how I want it to be. The other one, I don't think it should be. We resort to this. We resort to the riotous way of choosing yourself. What riotous look like is, oh, you know what? Forget y'all, man. It's all about me. It's team me, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't studying y'all. They hurt, they wounded.
Yeah.
And so they come out swinging to choose them. That ain't what you want to do. But what I'm talking about when it comes to choosing you is having a calculated decision, making a choice that I am committed to my development. I am committed to the evolution of me.
Yeah.
So that I can be the best with whoever I encounter. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about that level of choosing you. I'm not talking about choose you and, you know what I'm saying, come out
disregarding everybody else.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I think when we do that, I really think that we do that because we are not choosing us proactively, holistically, and that's just the standard.
Yeah. It's like we got to get hurt. Then we like, now I'm choosing me because of the pain that I'm discovering. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not, like you say, proactive. Before you get hurt, you should be choosing, you know, a better way of living for yourself.
Honor you, respecting you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Having boundaries.
Absolutely.
These are the things that you need to have. These are your standards of living. Or you go through enough stuff, they gonna make you happy.
If you choose yourself proactively,
yes,
you won't have to choose yourself reactively.
That's true. I love it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you do that before, then the people won't even get you to a point where you cutting people off.
You hear the kid? You know what I mean? So,
yes. Yeah,
yes.
that's good to put in the forefront of our minds. Choose yourself.
Choose yourself. Since we choosing ourselves, I want to talk about choosing yourself for a change. Because the number one reason why this is my best friend is because what he represents as a brand, as a business owner, and in real life. See, one of the things that I really learned to do is be the, let me see. I am the boss of me. And what I require is to keep good company.
Yeah.
I strategically know who I'm going to sit with, who I'm going to talk to, and I'm going to choose what's good for me.
Man, listen.
And so one of the biggest reasons you choosing you is choosing yourself.
Yeah.
Is I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm the best. I'm me.
Yeah.
And I want to choose that type of company.
That's right. Absolutely.
So talk to me about good company and what it represents. So
yeah, man, you know, when we first started it, you know, a little over 7 years ago, it was three important things that I wanted for our brand. I wanted a brand that everybody could relate to. And the reason why, because it's just so many things that separate us as people. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I wanted something that everybody could connect with, something that helped solve a problem in our communities. They say some of the greatest entrepreneurs find a problem and create the solution. Yeah. Right. So I wanted a solution to a problem that was in our communities. And the third thing is, you know, I kind of got tired of always wearing somebody else. You know what I mean? We always have other people's name on us, and there's nothing evil about it, but I want to wear myself sometimes. So thinking about all those things, we called it Good Company Apparel, and it's focusing on the people that you surround yourself with. You know what I mean? So keeping good company and keeping God company, two most important things I believe we can do. I love that. I love that. So yeah, it's that reminder, man, that's needed. Yeah. You know, we always talk about watch who you hang around in the house. So, you know, I thought I'd reiterate that message through fashion.
Right. He's reiterating it all right. So one of the best things, one of the best, things that make you an asset is that, I mean, you really are who you are, man. So that's one thing that I just love about him. He really is who he is. And not only him, his wife, the children, is really who they are.
Yeah,
so when it comes to really being who you are, what's been your experience just in your lifetime? Because of course, we develop into a lot of things that we are right now.
Yeah.
But let's talk about this journey of, was you always good?
Oh God, no. No, sir.
When good goes bad.
It was it was definitely a time in my life where, I was a typical teenager, man. Tried things I shouldn't have tried, did things I shouldn't have done, and hung with people who I shouldn't have hung with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was in just the hood I was in. But no, I wasn't always on the path of, just being righteous and seeking God and trying to live holistically. And
what'd you get out of that? What's one of the biggest lessons that you got out of that journey, though? Because it's a journey to good. You just don't come out good. It's a journey to claim what you claim right now.
Absolutely.
So what you got?
I think the biggest thing I've learned is to give people a chance to get to their later. You know what I'm saying?
That's good.
Sometimes people will be a certain way and they be like, they ain't gonna never get right on. They ain't gonna never. It's like, we were all at that place at one time. And so God allowed me to get to later. I'm a product of later. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And we don't know who people are going to turn out to be later.
You don't know.
You know
That's
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so you have to allow people to get to that later.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I've ran into a lot of situations where people had their mind made up about me at one level, and then when they see me now, it's like, I got to keep my face together, my mind right, because I'm doing, for real. Okay, you gotta keep it together because you know what you know. You know what you know. But by the same token, given that grace that that happened. That's how they thought. I evolved, and it's okay to kind of like, okay, they evolved too.
Yeah,
they evolved too.
Yeah. You got to give people that.
Right, got to give people that.
You got to give people grace to grow, man. And not assume that they are even in a mental place that they were 5-10 years ago. Right. You know what I mean?
Right.
And some habits are just harder and take longer to break.
That's true.
Although they might have been at one place with that habit 5 years ago, their mentality in that time may be different, but they still may have the same habits that they're trying to work off, but their mind is different about where they at. And you got to give people that time to allow their habits to go with where their mind is. Right.
So another thing I want to add to that is people really only can assess you with the information that they have at that time.
At that time, yeah.
So with you moving along in your life, minding your business, leveling up, being, relentless about your evolving, doing that grow up work, people have more information that they can use to come up with a different decision. I think a lot of times we want, you see me, we want people to know what we doing. Like, and I was guilty of this. Like, you see me with these 4 kids, you see me handling this, you see me, they're like, nah, what's the next business you opening? Nah, when you doing this? Nah, because their experience is with me in that grind, you know what I mean? Yeah. But I got the whole thing in me, like, my kid's sick, or I'm in the hospital, or, I got the whole situation, but everybody don't get the luxury, I guess, to see all the elements that make up you. So that can happen that way.
Yeah, absolutely.
So another thing I want to talk about with you, Donny, is, you share, and I didn't see it till recently, so maybe let me know, with responding, I saw on social media that part of your marketing now, you're incorporating a lot about the why. Yeah. Which is the education piece. It's a couple things you talked about, even though these are all facts. Yeah. I'm still, or I've made it too. Talk about that and some of the things, I'm talking about, some of the things you share. I don't want to say, I want him to say it.
So hold on. So help me on.
Okay. Remembering the post?
Yeah.
Sure. You were talking about, your education level. You dropped out of school.
Oh, yeah,
It was a couple, 2 or 3 bullet points, if you can remember what those things were. Dropping out of school was one. Just some of the things that you probably wouldn't be too proud of, and some of the things that we all encounter, because that's my same story as well. You know, I dropped out of school in 9th grade.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so when he shared his story, it really gave me another level of bravery to be like, people think I am. I'm really smart. I'm really talented, educated in a lot of areas, but they don't know the backdrop. So share yours first.
Oh, I know what post you're talking about now. Yeah. So, dropped out in 11th grade. You know, my mom was sick with cancer. And so she passed away in 97. You know, and dealing with those, with my mom passing alone was like, it was tragic for me. It was the worst thing. It's to this day, it's probably the top thing, the worst thing that I've dealt with in my life. You know what I mean? Yeah. I was only 19, you know, so today, you know, I'm married with, you know, 4 kids, and I think what hurts me sometimes is she never got to see me.
Oh man,
At that the level, changed level. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, but dealing with, you know, a skin issue that I deal with from time to time, you know, so the challenges are there. You know what I mean? The challenges are definitely there. But I just have a made up mind, you know, because I understand that the negative things that I do, it not only affects me, but everybody who's connected to me.
That's true.
As well as the positive things I do, it affects not only me, but people who are connected to me. So it helps me, you know, it was a time that I didn't want to live. And Sierra had to, shout out to my wife, man, Sierra, she had to help me and, you know, kind of talk me out of that mindset.
Yeah.
And so when that happened, you know, for me to still be here and, you know, God, you know, just got his hand on me, man, it's truly a miracle. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because it was times I was like, listen, this ain't, you know, dealing with my skin issue, like this ain't worth it, you know, but I'm still here today, man, and that's just perseverance. You know what I mean? I just found something inside of me to make what I do not about me. You know what I mean?
Right.
The decisions I make affect other people around me, and you know, we're talking about the closest people to me as well as friends and family. So it helps keep me on track.
I love that, man. I love the transparency about that. I think a lot of times when people approach us, whatever level you're on, they just don't know everything or a lot of things that it takes to maintain the level that we at. You know what I mean, though? Because we got the story. We got the full story of it all. Yeah. And so although I can say, I work for big companies in corporate, I do have a college education now, but a lot of people don't know that I had to do everything twice. I had to read everything twice. You know what I mean? I got to read the whole book, you know, where people could just skim through it the night before a test. Now I got to read that book 4-5 times, man, like just to get that information good.
To retain.
Just to retain stuff. Like I learned different, you know what I mean? So what I've learned was, and I want you to give me yours too, when you find your zone of genius, when you find what you are just undoubtedly good at, and how do you let go of what you know you're not and what you're not good at and roll with what you are? What you got?
I think you start doing it when you get burnt out.
Sick and tired.
Yeah, that's when you start delegating. And that happened for me. You know what I mean? It was really hard for me to delegate in my business because it's certain things that I want to see done a certain way, you know? And so just to trust other people, to be committed, to have integrity, because you can find tons of people with talent, and all, but integrity is the hardest thing to find in people. And so I had a little issue delegating at one time, but now I'm like, listen, roll with it.
Like, we don't care.
You know what I mean? Like it's almost like, you know, when you had that first baby, you be like,
oh, that's a good one.
Don't touch, don't even look at too long.
Yeah.
You get that second, when you be like, the cat watching it. Like, cat watching my baby.
Let me tell you how real that is. So I have an oldest daughter. She lives on her own and everything. And, you know, she shows up over here one time and be like, what's up with the small kid? Like, what's up? I'm like, can I help you with something? And she's using her life, her experience with me as the barometer for the next group, for her siblings. And I'm like, no, you took everything, bro.
You
like,
can't do
I was
that.
Optimus Prime with you.
You can't do that.
You can't come in and be like, why ain't the next one in all the ball gowns? And my daughter was piano, plays, every dance, every ball. We got Teslas picking up. I mean, she spoiled everything she wanted. But the next group, nah, man. Hey, you better call Granny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Call somebody to make that happen. But that's so real, man. How, you know, when you first come into these type of situations, how you are.
Yeah.
But you realize, nah, but you know what? What I realized is for your elevation.
Yeah.
For your own elevation.
Yeah.
You have to delegate well.
Yes, you do.
Make some different decisions in evolving your thinking because, you know, one of the things that Donny probably don't say, but I'm going to say, you know, Donny is so much more than just good. Donny is a speaker. I mean, he trains other people, does like, you know, other training with other companies in marketing and helping their marketing division just really get to where it needs to be in its optimum presence to the world. Like Donny is in a lot of other spaces. And that's deep, man. Speaking of other spaces, did you just come out? What you doing with mics? Why? What you doing?
Yo,
what did you messing around with?
So let me tell you, I wrote this song about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Right? And I wanted to, music has never left me.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's just,
you was the king.
The time has left me.
I heard. You was the king. I said I heard because I ain't giving him joy. I ain't gonna give. If I say he was king, I'm telling y'all right now on phone every meeting. You know, Dominique, and I don't got time for that. But they say you was cold with these rhymes.
Man, I've been rapping since I was literally 10 years old.
Crazy.
10 years old. You know, 12. I'm writing full songs and producing music to the lyrics and stuff like that. I got this keyboard. My dad gave me a keyboard when I was young. And I used to go over his house maybe twice a week. You know what I'm saying? And I remember he had this 4-track. It was so crazy. So I learned how to use the 4-track. And man, music was my life. I thought I was gonna do music forever.
Wow, man.
But man, God has a way of just you know, changing your plans, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm selling clothes. It's really crazy to believe because here's the thing, I never had a desire to sell clothes in my life. There was no time I was like, right after music, I'm gonna start selling clothes. Like, no, I never thought about selling clothes. So this is truly something God placed on me.
Right. And see, in my mind, when he say that, I'm always like, I don't know why he keeps saying selling clothes. That's just so weird to me. No, he's selling you instructions on how that you can keep your life together. He's selling you a blueprint. He's selling you an order of operations to keep your nose clean, bro.
That's
like
it.
This is what he's selling.
That's it. It's definitely a reminder in a way, and it's an accountability brand.
Yes, it is.
You know what I'm saying? It keeps you accountable. I've heard stories, man. It's amazing. You know, some of the stories I hear, people like, you know, man, I had this thought, and you know, man, I'd be in jail if I ain't had this shirt on today. Like, this shirt kept me accountable. You know what I'm saying?
You should, I mean, just like any other gang or they wearing the colors that they rep.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It reminds them to live a certain way.
They wearing a hood that they represent. You know what I mean? So it's nothing wrong with wearing what you are, what you represent.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
tell me the name of the album or the song you got coming out.
So the name of the song is out right now. I got a video out. Shot back.
So it's nothing wrong with wearing what you are, what you represent.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
tell me the name of the album or the song you got coming out.
So the name of the song is out right now. I got a video out. Shot by Kendall Mathis. He destroyed the freaking video.
Murdered it.
Freaking destroyed it, man. The song is called "There He Goes Again." So
yes.
Yeah.
My favorite part is the stutter part.
Oh yeah. From the light, you think it's real. I ain't the type of guy you can look at as a meal. Yeah.
That's my part right there, man. I love it. So, can we expect the full album from you? Or are you just playing with us?
Yeah, I'm just playing with y'all right now.
Don't play with me, man. I got time for that.
Man, I ain't got no time. You know, I had to take a whole 3-week vacation just to do this, the music, the video, and the song.
Okay. So when I hear him talk about this, let me tell you, as a part of the brand dynamics of Good, that tell me what I need to do. He said I'm proactive. He ain't lying. That puts in my mind the next thing I got to formulate for the next team meeting. Like, because what I need for him to do is to get to where he got to go and do what he got to do. Because we already know that Good will, have to run with the team. The team will have to run that while he can go and do the things
make more opportunities
and stuff. So that's what that fuel me. See, that's what you want around you. You want somebody with. I hear his vision. Hey, that fuel me into action. That fuel me like, okay, what can we do for the guy? And I love how corporately the team is on that.
Yeah,
the team is on that.
Absolutely. So, yeah, man. I sometimes when I go around and I speak to these kids about keeping good company, I tell them to write down their top 5 people.
Yes, that's good right there.
Excuse me, write down your top 5 people, and next to each person, write down the ways that they're proactively helping you be successful.
What's by mine then on your 5? What you got?
I
knew it. I knew he was gonna say it, but this one, hey, the truth really is though.
No, I want to
be.
Top 5.
I want to be ambidextrous with mine. I want to be in top 5 because I'm whatever, but I want to be at the bottom. I can't stand her. No, for real. I want to be. I want to be that thorn. Like I can't stand her, but
you push people.
She made me get to where I gotta go, but
you put up
a
post.
Me.
You put up a post that's.
What is it?
When you were saying, you may come off the wrong way to people, but you are here to push people into their destiny and encourage people to be successful. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I was just like, dang, that's super dope, man. That you acknowledge that about yourself, but you letting other people know, like, nah, this is intentional. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to help you intentionally.
Right. I know I ain't everybody's cup of tea.
You know what I mean?
I know I'm not.
I think it's dope, man.
I think it's dope too because the truth really is, and I just seeing you work and what you're doing, he ain't everybody's cup of tea either.
Nah.
And that's okay because I call it the weed out. I only want around me.
Yeah.
And
that's the difference between company.
What's gonna make it happen?
That's the difference between company and good company.
You better talk about it.
Company just take up space.
Oh.
But good company encourages you to be successful. You know what I mean? We should be pushing each other to do our best, to be our best.
So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up with that because that right there is enough for me to leave you with this question. Or this question. How are you choosing you? How are you choosing you for the rest of this year, for the rest of your life? Because he just set the standard on what he just said on why you should choose you and who around you.
Absolutely.
And how you move. So I Am Domonique Show. We on YouTube. We out here tubing.
You know what I'm saying?
My guy. My right hand right here. Oh, yes, on my left. Is he on my left today?
Yeah, your left.
But I can't do life without this guy. And I love you.
I love you too, man. You know
For
that.
Real?
You know that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, our whole family love you. The kids love you. You know that. You know, when Miss Domonique, I want Miss Domonique to come and decorate my room. That's what Devin said.
What's up, y'all? I am Domonique. I am the host of the I Am Domonique Show, my podcast. Now I got my YouTube on and popping. Hey, look, I need for y'all to tune in every week. We have a new season popping off, new topics, new content. Definitely go over to my website, thevisionrunner.com. Follow me. I Am Domonique Brand over on Instagram. I'm The Vision Runner. On Facebook, The Vision Runner and Unique Domonique.